Hey guys, Poploid Plays here, back at it again with some more Galaxy, and this is a redo of the Halkaryak ship review, since apparently the first one went horribly. Uh, Ignore the exploding in the background. So this is the Halkaryak carrier. 10, 10 turrets in total, which is really good for a carrier, and I believe they're all heavies. 8 lasers, and 2 cannons, so this is mainly a shield shredder, and it does shred shields. About 24,500 total health with 11,000 shields in hull. I'm gonna turn that down. And here's the perfect time to test it in combat, just so you guys can see what it's like. Really slow with the turning and movement, but that's okay. Let's just warp up to this Preos hatchling and just kind of show what it has. It has pretty decent line of sight as long as you're facing the target. You should be able to shoot most of your damage. Like, there you go. Oh, hit for 153. Okay, some of these don't actually hit for a lot. They're hitting for like 7 or 8, but most of these are hitting pretty hard. So, I think the bottom ones are like flax. Or that's what these are. I don't know. Yeah, but it does pretty good damage. As for its fighters, let's go dock here for a moment. Um, and I know the hatchling died faster just because it was also being shot at by the base, but we did do most of the damage. Now let's go look at these 3 fighters it has on the front. This is a very strange carrier. It looks like a compound bow, I'm going to be honest. But let's... oh, I already have them released. I think the movement bug is fixed, so I can do this without any real worries. So these are the sins it has, and if I can just get on top of them, oh boy, whatever. They're kind of clunky. Uh, oh, do I not have my fighters released? Let's go check. I might just have forgotten to release my fighters. Recall and release. Now I should be able to go out and actually, sit in them if I don't walk off the edge. That is an issue. Just be careful and you should be fine. That's weird. Alright, so here's the Sin Fighter. It's kind of like a corrupted Nixesian or something, and they have 8 small cannons, which is about 115 hull damage per second. That's your damage output, and just to see what it looks like visually, that's it. Uh, it looks like it only shoots 4, but it shoots them in 2s, so it's shooting 8 instead of 4. So these are pretty good, just individually they have 750 health, 750 shield and hull, and they have, what is that, 125 top speed, decent maneuverability. These things aren't super good or anything as fighters. They're not like Nixesians or anything, but they're still decent. They do good hull damage. Yeah, you see that? That is pretty good. And with all 3 of them, you're doing like 300 hull damage per second. Put that on top of the like 100 or so hull damage per second that the Halkaryak carrier itself has, and you're doing like 400 damage per second to your enemy's hull, which is more than most dreadnoughts can do. And the Halkaryak on its own does almost 300 damage per second to shields just with the turrets. So, this, well, it isn't something like, say, a Nyx. It's not going to tank as much as the Nyx or do as much damage with the fighters as the Nyx. Don't say it's bad. The Halkaryak, now that it's fixed and doesn't have horrible movement problems, it's literally a black gate, which is a good dreadnought. It's a black gate with better damage and health. It's just a better Blackgate. It invalidates the existence of a Blackgate. You pay 1,000,000 credits for a Blackgate, you pay like 400,000 for this thing. And a Blackgate was a one-time quest thing. You can, as long as you have the money, you can build more Halkaryaks until the event ends. And seeing how long the event has been drawn out, you can probably build quite. I think you can grind out enough to build a couple more before the event actually ends. Although I don't see why you'd lose it to begin with, because it is very tanky. It's just 24.5 thousand health. So just, pretty good in general. Um, Treat the Halkaryak not like a carrier, but like a very good dreadnought. But keep in mind it is still limited, so after this event ends, you will not be able to rebuild it unless you shove a fortune of credits and materials into buying permits for limited ships. So this thing is... Don't use it like a normal ship once the event ends, because you're going to get targeted and die. Same goes for almost any other ship. I believe the Halkaryak does 290 damage per second to shields and 100 something to hull. So it's pretty good. It averages around like 215 or 220 or 230, somewhere around that 220-ish damage per second, just average without the fighters. So it's just a really incredibly tanky dreadnought. You'll have dreads doing an average of 220, 230 damage per second with half the health of the Halkaryak. So remember, it's literally just a really good dreadnought. That's it. There's not much to say about it. Only 3 sins, there's not much variety in the fighters, and they're only really here to supplement its hull damage. And you do have to watch out because I think for this fighter bay, you can't really get into the fighter. It's unless you go out, I guess. No, 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 it's just like there's an invisible box. Yeah, you can't really get into this fighter. There's just a weird invisible box. I don't see what's up with that. You can get into this one though, I'm pretty sure. Slow down to under 10. This one's just glitched for me. It probably won't be like that for you, but either way, the strength of the Halkaryak doesn't really come from the fighters, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just don't... Just remember that you can easily walk off of the edge and die if you, like, keep going forward. So, if you get a Halkaryak, which I do recommend doing, just be careful with it. As with any other limited ship, it's not a super capital. Don't expect it to be as strong as one. So just be careful. That's all I can say. Let's do just one last look at it. Looks pretty cool. It's a compound bow. There really isn't much to say about that. I don't know what's up with that. Ignore the fighter control center. That's for if you have AI fighters. If you do have AI fighters, you can easily use the 3 fighters on the Halkaryak, and that's that. Let's go kill this Preos hatchling, just to end off the video, just so you can see it in the combat a little bit more. Warp up. How accurate are the turrets? The turrets are pretty accurate. They're hitting that from 3,000 studs away. Oh, they don't actually have much range. They're point defenses for... 4 of them appear to be point defenses. These bottom ones are actually lasers. Never mind. I thought it had 2 cannons, but these all appear to be lasers. So ignore what I said earlier. But yeah, it's already almost dead. You can see we're hitting this thing pretty hard and pretty fast, so Halkaryak definitely does do great shield damage. I'd use it against, well, pretty much any dread in a fight, honestly, if it were just a 1v1. I'm not including, like, advanced, yeah, dreads and limiteds and stuff like that, because those are obviously different, but something like maybe, I don't know, a Tempest or a Ridge Breaker, I'd use the Halkaryak against, because it seems to do pretty good. Uh, that's about it. I'm going to end off the video there. One last thing to check out will be its cargo hold. I'm not paying attention to how good I am at warping. I'm looking at this. 200 cargo hold, so you can't really carry much, but cargo hold is almost now existent nowadays, so this is already better than a lot of the ships in the game. Halkaryak costs 200. Was it 200 or 400? I think it was 400. Cost Halk. Yeah, 400 souls, which are pretty expensive to buy, so I just recommend killing the Hellkeeper boss. You only need to kill and loot 2 Hellkeepers to get enough souls for it. And the Hellkeeper boss spawns on any server with 4 players, but it only spawns once. Once it's dead or it leaves, it won't respawn on that server. I don't really have anything else to say. I think I covered everything pretty good. There's not a whole lot of detail on this ship. I'm surprised, considering who it's coming from is great at detail, and I can see he used some of those modeling kits that he made. But anyways, yeah, it's just a pretty good ship. I don't really have much to say. That'll be it. Poploid Plays, signing out. See you in the next video.